Hobby Nobby. And there was a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of boys that were in this club together. And when he was about 15, so this is around 1950 or so, they started the Lake Erie Gas Model Club. Because back then, it was free flight and gas. And those of you who are flyers will remember gas. And the control line, and the combat flying, planes going together and trying to keep the tails off and all that. So I wanted you to see that he had to start way back then. And of course, we come to Connecticut in 1971, and he meets a lot of you, and he starts the club here. But anyway, why are we here today, and how are we here today? I just met today Ed Goldberg, gentleman with the orange cap on right there, who was with the Village Water Company, and happened to meet Dad about 35 years ago, and Dad said to him, hey, we need a flying field, and you said, okay, sure.
He actually had this field figured.
Oh, he did. There you
What
go.
are you doing with that stupid piece of land? You don't really want that, do you?
So you're on the land that was Village Water Company. It's now Aquarian, and we have to thank Ed for that because he did up the lease that allows the club to be here today. And I didn't know that story until about 15 minutes ago when he arrived and told me about it. So I was really happy to hear that. It is now owned by Aquarian Water Company. Is that it?
Correct.
And they still have the lease on it, and they do maintain it. And so as you can see, they have some permanent structures here, which sometimes do get washed away in the rains, but you know that's another story for another time. Many of you are here because you donated to the Mr. Model Airplane Memorial Fund, and we thank you for that. Just to let you know where that fund went to, it went to the purchase of the flagpole, the flags that you see here, and it's also going to a $500 donation, and that's the big check down there, is going to go to the New England Air Museum Soar for Science program, which is for children for model airplanes that Dad started several years ago. They couldn't be here today, so we're going to be taking a picture later with that, and we'll send that to them with the actual check. But I wanted you to know that's where that went. The AMA flag. Now, for those of you who don't know what the AMA is, this is not the association or the American Medical Association. This is the Academy of Model Aeronautics, which started in the early 1900s. It's a licensed organization that people have to sanctioned. What am I trying to say? National Association for modelers that need to be licensed through to be able to fly. And so this is their flag, and it's going the right way. Good. So you can see that. So we wanted to make sure that was here too. So that came as part of it. And then you can come up later and read the plaque that we have here to honor my father. What does it say? It says, in memory of Jerry Knoblach, Mr. Model Airplane, 1935 to 2011, founder of SRCC, which is what you're here for, the Simsbury Radio Control Club. To those who have flown before us, may they leave their spirit in the clouds. And that came from somebody in the club who suggested it for this kind of monument that we're going to put together. So whoever came up with that, wrote it, or found it, thank you very much for that. We did use that. Mom brought one of his toolboxes with his name on it, which was ever present with him wherever he went, among some others.
There's some props in there too.
If anybody wants you're welcome to have one. So, I want to thank two people here who did a lot of work to get this together. Rick Etchison, where is Rick? There he is. He's the president of the club now, and Dick Tartikoff. Where is Dick? Dick right there. Two of them spent a lot of time working with you. Thank you to those who are doing the parking and did all the setup. We really appreciate that. So, on behalf of the family, again, thank you very much for the donation. Thank you very much for being here. Is there anything you'd like to say before I turn it over to Rick?
Thank you for Jerry. We love this place.
And he's the hawks in the sky that are flying
this
overhead.
is a celebration.
Yeah.
This is not meant to be a solemn occasion.
Yeah.
This was family part 2 for him. And I think he had a hand in the weather today, definitely. So this is a celebratory day. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. This means a lot.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
I want to welcome everybody down to the field. Couldn't have had a better day for this, weather-wise, fellowship-wise, so please enjoy. We've got some folks that are going to do some flying for you. I want to thank the family for donating this flagpole. A little bit of background on that. We probably went back and forth for 6 or 8 months. What's the right way to try to honor Jerry and what he brought to this club? And if you knew Jerry, which most of you did, he loved this field, he loved flying, and he loved his country. And if you hadn't been down here before, we had this decrepit log stuck well as firewood if you like to take it over.
Right there.
And it was just a perfect match for what made sense for down at the field. So I really appreciate that donation. I'm going to keep this short because if you don't know, when Jerry decided to step down as president, I got picked, drafted, coerced, armed, twisted into taking it over. And I joked at the first meeting that I felt like the UCLA basketball coach that followed John Wooden. Anybody know who that was? You know who John Wooden was? Anybody know who followed him? Absolutely not. So, try to keep it that way. But the only advice he gave me was, if you're down at the field and there's a meeting, keep it short because they don't want to listen to you, they want to fly. So keep it short, enjoy your lunch, and enjoy the flight. Thanks for coming down.
I do. I just want to say thank you for sharing Jerry with us. I'm not sure whether it was a sacrifice on your part to have him come down here, whether you were kicking him out the door, but
I knew where he was.
that's right. That's right. We really enjoyed having him here, and from somebody that drives a distance to get here, it's no fun to get here when you're by yourself. And to see Jerry here when I got here it was great, and I loved flying with him, and he taught me a lot, and I really appreciate you sharing him with us.
Thank you.